Did you know that ESY and summer school are not terms that you should be using in the same way if your child or student has an IEP? Here's the deal. ESY, extended school year, is often referred to as summer school when we're talking with a special education team. It's just something that we've said for a really long time. I know that because I've been in the field a really long time. So we haven't met before, I'm a special needs sibling. My brother has Down syndrome. I'm a former classroom teacher in special education. And for the last 20 some years, I've been working for you, parents, teachers, admins, therapists, helping you build IEPs that work in the real world. And if we're going to build IEPs that work in the real world, we got to get real serious about how we're talking about IEPs and what we're going to do to truly individualize a child's education. So here's the deal. Extended school year can happen at any time during the school year, including the summer. It's anything that is going to be provided to the child through their IEP outside of a typical program, meaning if your school day is 8 to 3, and there's certain weeks, of course, right, that we have for school. If anything's going to be provided outside of the hours of those contract hours, 8 to 3, or during any of the days or weeks where there's not typically school scheduled for the general education students, that would be considered ESY. It is not a cookie cutter program. It is not a take it or leave it. It's not, hey, do you want this? Yes or no. It's why would we have ESY? And that leads me to the next point. ESY is not just for students who show regression. How many of you have heard or have said, if you're a teacher, you may have said this. I know because I said a lot of things as a teacher that were wrong. I didn't know they were wrong. It's how I was trained. It's what my bosses told me. It's just what was done. It's what I call old school habits inside of special education. And a lot of times it's said that summer school or ESY is only for students who are showing regression. Absolutely not true. In fact, it has been shown through the courts, and I hate to bring up the courts because I'm all about collaboration, but the fact is special education is a mandated service that is absolutely governed by a law. I'm not a lawyer. I'm telling you where to look. I'm telling you what's happened with the law. So it's actually been governed through the law that ESY cannot have one single criterion, meaning that we have to look beyond just regression. We have to look at things like the severity of a child's disability. We have to look at things like, did the child just master a skill? And if we take a break from working on those skills, the child's likely to lose those skills. It doesn't say that we have to show that they did have regression. It says that we need to consider that. There are about 7 different criteria that we need to look at to determine if ESY would be appropriate. It's not a once a year discussion where we say, all right, take it or leave it. 6 weeks, Monday through Thursday through the summer from 8 a.m. to noon. Do you want it or not? That's not how the discussion should go, yet that's how it's always happening. So I want to encourage you that if this is new information to you, if you're just like, I had no idea, why didn't anybody tell me? I want to encourage you to become a master IEP coach. Whether you're going to become a master IEP coach for yourself, which means that you are a parent and you want to help your child, or you are a teacher and you want to help your students, or you want to become a master IEP coach because you want to help yourself and you want to help others. Like you want this to be your thing. You want to make an impact doing something beyond what you're doing already in special education. That's what you do as a master IEP coach. So to get that information, I just want you to hop over to masteriepcoach.com. This is not the stuff that you typically Google. I'm like, how to write a better IEP goal. No, we're talking about how to build IEPs in the real world that are effective, both short-term and long-term, that bring teams together, that really get rid of the old school habits of things like calling ESY summer school and offering a cookie cutter program and thinking that you have to take it or leave it. There's so many times that I know that you have been struggling about, is this right? Should it be done this way? And did I make the right decision? That you know you should not be doing special education alone. I'm telling you, 25 years into this, there's no way that I would ever go back to doing this alone. There's an entire group of master IEP coaches that are waiting for you, that are cheering for you, that are ready to encourage you in whatever your expertise, whatever your impact is that you want to make in special education. So go hop over to masteriepcoach.com and get ready, because this summer is the final Master IEP Coach Mentorship of 2021. There will not be one in the fall. Typically, there is a session in the fall. The reason there will not be is because, let's just face it, we got a lot of work to do in the fall. And I'm going to be all in with current Master IEP coaches. You can become a current Master IEP coach by joining our session this summer. Yes, everything is recorded. Yes, you get the replays forever. Yes, there are live events and you and I get to interact and work together in a group setting through the Master IEP Coach Mentorship. But I also want to work really hard with you to make sure you reach your goals. Because again, how many of you have set a goal? You're like, I'm going to do this different. I'm going to prepare more. I'm going to make a difference. I'm going to start this, coaching for parents through the IEP process. Or you're a teacher and you're like, I'm going to become a speaker. Or I'm going to develop more online training tools. Or, oh my goodness, the Master IEP Coach Mentorship. I thought I wanted to be an advocate, but it never sat right with me in my gut. But Master IEP Coach sounds right. You say things like this, but you need accountability to make it happen. It's actually proven with research that you are 95% more likely to reach your goals if you, 1, commit to something, and 2, have an appointment on your calendar. And I'm going to give you both of those. So you can sign up for the Master IEP Coach Mentorship. And as a bonus, you and I, like just me and you, we're going to meet in July on a coaching call, and I'm going to find out, did you get everything you need out of the Master IEP Coach Mentorship, and what are your next steps? And I'm going to help you get there. So again, let's do this as a little wrap up here. ESY is not the same as summer school. It's not based just on regression. And if you're ready to get rid of the old school habits in special education and make a bigger difference, you're going to hop over to masteriepcoach.com. If you got questions, drop them below. And I'm going to be watching down below, because I'm all about these next few weeks. We get started June 21st. These next few weeks are all about answering your questions to make sure that you are on the path that you want to be on as a Master IEP coach. So drop those questions below, and I'll see you guys soon.